Welcome back, everybody, to the Back Nine coverage of the final round of the 2021 Stafford Open, presented by Innova Champion Discs. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here by Nathan Queen one more time on this Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series event. And there's a little bit of work to do for our lead card. We have Matt Orum really keeping the pace that he set the entire tournament.
He's been birdieing as much as I think he hasn't shot worse than -5 on the front nine so far, which he's done again here, even with a bogey on 9. Justin Rosak keeping up but not catching, and the other two falling a bit behind.
As you can see, we have some players slowly moving up the leaderboard, and Nathan, not too shabby.
Yeah, got me a 5 on the front nine as well, looking to make a push on the back.
Hole number 10, 265. It's a nice changeup. Dead straight. Little bit of a push hyzer flip up. Saw some players trying to go dead flat right at it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward though. You've got the tee and you can see the basket.
And this was the mistake MJ made in round 1.
Fortunate to not kick further into the woods there. Should be able to scramble for par.
Ooh, Luke going forehand.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Oh, and sneaks through everything and hits the tree. He is parked. That is a fantastic break.
Cool deal.
Yes, that is a cool deal. No. And Justin's been pulling this shot. He did it yesterday.
Did it a little more today.
Yeah. He's going to have some work to do. Matt going with that flatter line.
Not quite enough stand up, but he's still inside the circle, misses all those late trees.
Okay, so look at this.
This is not an easy line to hit right here.
He has to either go hyzer flip or anhyzer around. And the anhyzer does not get far enough right. He's got a long putt coming in. Just off the left side.
Yeah, that's a great bid from there. It would have been hard for him to hit much further right. He had a tree kind of directing him towards the left side of the basket.
And Matt takes 2 strokes on that one.
Yeah, bouncing back after the bogey on hole 9, getting it right back going. And a tap in for Luke.
Ooh, and a nice polite gentleman tending the pin for his card mates. Moving into number 11, tough hole. 775, par 5, technical all the way down. You can play a mid-range off the tee. You can go flex sidearm. You can go flat to skip, driver backhand. So many ways to play this really challenging tight hole.
Yeah, ideally you'd like to get over that little sand hill or mound that you saw there in the middle of the fairway after 2 shots to be able to approach the green a little more cleanly for your birdie.
Okay.
Whoa, big flare off to the left side.
See that thing skip?
But with Luke's sidearm, he actually might have a great step out from there. He might even get to throw a long flex down the corridor. Matt's also going with the driver. But throwing it more like a mid-range, kind of backing off of it a bit.
That's a pretty good tree kick he got there. He was going to push a little long on the right side and have a pretty much a pitch out, and now he's on the left side of the fairway, which gives him the more ideal gap to move forward.
MJ's pushed a little too straight.
Yeah, not a great spot over there. He can still move forward, but not really as far as you want to.
And this is looking pristine from Justin.
Yeah, great positioning there.
Who says you can't move forward? Look at that shot.
Nice, and he does get around that corner up to that hill. He's got a great chance for birdie from there.
Gets over that hill. A little bit off that left side.
And Justin's got the power to get there from here if he's wanting to go for it. A slight turnover, he's pulled it though.
Oh, that roll bounced hard left. Not sure what he has from back there, but here's that step out sidearm for Luke. Okay, gets a little bit of an anti-skip off the ground.
Yeah, great play there. He still had to hit the gap even stepping out. He had a tree to go inside of. Able to sneak on up there and be in a good position to attack for a birdie. And Justin still playing in the trees over there.
Pin high for MJ, 25 feet.
And two good forehands in a row from Matt. He'll have a circle one putt.
No.
And just not able to get out of the woods so far on this hole, showing why it can play over par, or excuse me, does play over par for the third round.
Oh, get in.
Nice try. Blue.
Yeah, this one was averaging a 5.22 on the day. A lot of players hitting early, kicking off to uncomfortable positions. Another missed putt for MJ.
And not for Matteo, though. Didn't like that bogey. Got a couple birdies to get it back. And we're in a stretch of the back nine here where I include hole 11, but 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 feel like you have to get them. That's the stretch of the course where you need to string together your birdies. It's the shorter holes. Besides 11, it's not a shorter hole, but a shorter par 5 that you do want to get.
Matt is beginning to distance himself from the card as he takes 2 more strokes. And hole number 12, like you said, this is a stretch of shorter holes, slower discs. This is just kind of a simple uphill push hyzer. But there is a gap you have to hit.
A little early release there. Short hole, he'll still have a look to scramble up. This is inside as well, but as long as you miss one of those trees,
Oh, he's parked.
it gets up there.
Take a look at this throw. I just love how little his upper body moves while he's moving forward, but then the end is always so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he stops his follow through, showing that that was a lot of wrist in that shot. He didn't really use the momentum of his body to get it up there. It was the wrist snap at the end. And
And when you've been playing for that long, you can really do that from a long distance. You know, you can kind of cheat form once your release point is that dialed. Oh, no.
And that was looking like the ideal line, and that is the tree that you hit a lot of the time when you have thrown the ideal line.
It's a great scramble from Luke.
Yeah, great shot through the woods over there. Little touch forehand from Justin, trying to get off of this bogey streak that he's started now. Yeah, nice par save. He didn't make it very far off of the tee. That was probably the worst drive we've seen from him so far, so good to get the par out of that.
And Matt's going to take his third birdie in a row, moving into 13.
Hole 13, 204-foot par 3. Throw it down this gap and have a putt.
That's about it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. One of the holes that you kind of see, you're used to seeing on a wooded course like this. Still a gap to hit. It's not easy. It's straightforward and short, so you feel like it's easy, but pretty small gap. Matteo misses the gap. Doesn't matter.
Slides right through, right into the basket. Another park job. And Luke has just a really great forehand with these approach discs.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And that's the gap.
Simplicity. Take a look at this little chop forehand that he's throwing. And keeps that disc above his elbow so he doesn't have to correct last second. Luke is a forehand wizard with those shorter approach discs. Flippy banger from MJ.
Yeah, non-purple banger.
Look at that.
And
That's awesome.
I guess he wanted to show he could get closer
Yeah.
than those other couple guys. Justin's going to have a tall task to get the closest now.
Oh, and he keeps clipping these trees. Oh, no. It's a 35-footer for Justin.
Yeah, this is not the par putt you want, especially on this hole.
And the wheels are starting to come off. I think he started to realize that his chances of winning are starting to, fall off. And it's frustrating when you're playing so well for so long, and especially when you're making as big of a charge as he made in the beginning, and to only make up one stroke. It's definitely challenging.
Yeah, when you're playing well and not catching up, and then something bad happens, it's pretty hard to reset, especially if you're not used to being on a film
Exactly.
card with spectators around and everything. We haven't seen Justin much, so I imagine he can't be super used to this.
And hole number 14. You can either throw a backhand righty hyzer up here, you can throw a flex sidearm, you can take Chris Villa's route and throw it sideways and park it both times.
Yeah, short enough of a hole, are many avenues to get there, I realize now.
Yeah, there are a lot of interesting little gaps in the trees, and that's part of why I love wooded golf and playing with the local players is just all the different ways you can see these holes. And a lot of times you get shown lines that you never would have thought of previously.
Luke going back to that same disc he threw on 13. Gonna have a little more ante on it this time.
Kicks him to the edge of circle one.
Yeah, not a bad kick. I think he would have been about just as far away on the other side if it hadn't touched anything.
MJ just snapping a banger, jamming his hips to throw that hyzer forward. And he's going to be putting at it again. He's done that 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, getting a circle's edge, which seems to be about as good as you can do with the righty backhand through the left gap.
Yeah.
And this is tracking left just outside the circle. Not quite able to connect for his 5th birdie in a row. Still a pretty comfortable lead. And we haven't really seen Justin miss low yet so far in these rounds. He could be a little frustrated or just a little shook with the events that have been going on during the last few holes. Not MJ though.
I can't say that I've ever played a round with MJ where he is rattled. Even if he is shooting the worst round of his life, that is one of his greatest strengths.
And on a hole that looks like it is a righty flex forehand, MJ has gone 3 for 3 with just a simple putter shot. Just so cool to watch what he does. Moving into hole 15, 731 feet. Fairly tight gap to hit off of the tee. Got a little bit of wind, gonna move your disc a little bit once you get out. If you can push about 350 to 380, you'll have a good chance to attack this green with a roller, a big righty backhand around the branches, or straight up the gut.
And MJ has the box. Oh, yeah.
That's what you do.
That's what he said. Clean, clean, clean. Little bit of flip, held the hyzer the whole way. Matt's looking to match that and hopefully then some. With how much touch he has, he also can throw the disc a long, long way.
There you go, Matt.
And you could see that's probably the fastest we've seen him move so far this round. He was trying to get a little more on that, and he was able to. I believe he's outshot MJ by 20 or 30 feet. He's a little off to the left side.
There you go.
Oh, and he's snuck through. It's flipping and it's fading.
I'm going to give that shot to the goodest boy, Hogan, there. He's who got that one through.
That's right. That good juju. And he is going to be looking at the basket way up the fairway. There's a good one from Justin.
And this is turned up over right, but there is no OB over there. He'll be in some tall grass, but he likes to go that hyzer route on the right side, and that opens it up even more.
MJ going roller. This actually looks pretty good. Just catches those trees. And Matt is also going with that wide hyzer. He's going up.
Back door.
Okay.
Luke's trying to go backdoor hyzer as well, but he doesn't get around those branches. He does get through them, though, and he'll be circle's edge, probably circle 2 there, looking for a birdie.
Justin has ripped this shot.
Yeah, he's gone around to the open part of that gap, and it looks like he stayed up high, circle's edge as well.
He's got to turn this.
Oh. It's not the kick you want to see. It moves pretty quick down that hill, and I don't think there's much of a par putt from over there.
And Matt just wanting to play to the high side of the hill. And here's a circle 2 birdie look for Luke. He is long overdue for one of these.
Yeah, and he's been all over it, hitting metal, just not quite dropping it in. Justin still seems to be a bit rattled on the putting green. And shows a bit there. He's slowed his demeanor down. He looks to be a bit off put. Hopefully he can clean that up for the last 3 holes and try to finish strong.
And at this point, Matt has a sizable lead, and he's coasting. He's coasting till the end. Hole number 16, probably the most straightforward hole in the course. 545, par 4, 2 stock hyzers, and you are underneath the basket.
Yeah, we did have a little more wind in play today. When we came out, it was kind of a head left to right, swirling around to a head right to left, depending on what time you threw.
Yeah, and Matt is just not chancing any left to right movement, straight in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, Luke going with the mid-range here as well.
Ooh, MJ getting a little saucy. He's going driver.
Oh, no sauce.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. There's no sauce. I almost feel like MJ sometimes, because of how much he loves wooded golf and despises open golf, that he does that on purpose to showcase his thoughts on holes like this.
Justin getting more aggressive. It didn't look like it, but he is quite a bit in front of the others. And a further putt than you really want on this hole, but still attainable.
Yeah. And Matt's coming in with a slower disc, and that is parked for birdie.
And that touch forehand, so smooth. Giving it a run there and still staying close.
Oh, jumping out. This hole's gotten him 2 out of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird reaction once he hit the chains in the basket there. An easy birdie for Matt. Easy birdie for Justin to get the bounce back. And a through the legs
Bold.
dunk. Little timing issues there, but he made it.
Hole number 17, 648. Another one of those par fours where you shoot down a super tight corridor and you just are more than likely scrambling on your second shot to get up to this protected basket. You're going to see a lot of different schools of thought here. Play aggressive and see what happens. Throw controlled mid-range. We're going to see a forehand for Matt Orum with a driver.
Oh, and this is straight down the middle of the fairway.
Wow.
Skips up, and he'll have a straight look to the pin from there. Yeah, and this looks great as well. Still in a good spot. We saw that's where Matty O actually hit that tree yesterday. Landed about the same spot. Pretty good spot. Could have been better, though.
Justin's thrown another solid sidearm that clips something. Sits down. MJ is just going to go with super flippy backhand turnover.
Oh, gets a good little tree roll. And he's up there close to where Justin landed at. They'll have a little bit of work to do from this right side. Justin gets to a spot where he'll be able to have a chance for par.
And Luke is wide open.
Oh, yeah, this looks fantastic.
Hits a little deep, but he's going to be circle's edge putting for birdie.
Almost throws it in. MJ should have moved his bag, it looks like, but steps on it and gets up there with a chance from circle 2. Yeah, great shot from Justin to secure his par. And look at this, just now getting to Matty O's drive.
Yep, 20 feet for birdie. He is just demolishing the card right now. He has not taken his foot off the gas the entire weekend. No way.
Oh, and
Absolutely brutal spit out.
yeah, such a great putt. I've seen that a few times on these disc golf park baskets. That higher, the chains just don't seem to have as much tension up there. So you get to the pole very quickly, and then they just kind of bounce you back out. Pretty unfortunate. That's a great putt.
And as our card taps out, we are going to be moving into the final hole of the tournament. And a lone birdie for Matty O.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out as well, trying to see what happened. It's not a good feeling when something like that happens. But moves us into hole 18, 367 feet. The gap is inside of where the drone flew, over top of the laurels, with a right to left moving shot that you do want to fade back to the right at the end to a protected green. Pretty tough hole to execute.
Let's go. Why didn't you do that the first 2 days? Yeah. He did. Just not the first day. Wow.
Matteo executes it perfectly and is going to try to end his dominating win with another birdie.
I mean, and this is a solid enough performance to carry into the entire rest of the season. We come into a really awesome stretch of tournaments on the tour and then finishing off with a major and a tour finale. So he's definitely picking up steam at a pretty tough part of the season.
And a little low out of the hand from Luke there. He's going to have some work to do now to try to get a par.
Let's see if Justin can actually stick the ace this time. He's got this shot dialed in, maybe a little early this time. Circle 2, maybe.
And MJ has a forehand, but not this style. He'll be playing for a par on this hole.
You know, part of me was hoping that maybe we'd see his second thumber of the tournament off this tee pad, but purple banger in the middle. He'll get up and down for a 3 from there.
And Luke not in a terrible spot. He's got a good forehand to attack this style of shot.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Just like that.
And Michael Joe, just kind of a bland finish. He's going to stay in 4th place.
And getting caught up in the laurels, didn't quite get his putt high enough. But able to maintain and get the par there. Solid showing for Justin this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely showcased a really solid skill set, really well-rounded. Great forehand, great power backhand, great touch backhand. Wow.
Matty O, 13 down, 12 down, 12 down.
37 under par on 3 rounds. That, no matter where you go, I don't care how easy the course is, it's hard to string together that many birdies in 3 rounds of disc golf.
Yeah, just an incredible show, and he dominated this place. 13 birdies around, only 2 bogeys on the weekend.
And we move into the stretch of wooded golf, too. We have Iron Hill next week,
All right,
Maple
good
Hill.
round. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 Stafford Open champion, Matt Orum.
Matty, I think everybody wants to know, what did Saban tell you this morning?
Same thing he's telling me every day. Just stay humble, stay aggressive. I told myself to, even though I had a 5-stroke lead, to try to make sure I pretended like it was nothing. So I could, not have to play that game where I'm like, all right, I gained 1. So just kind of kept it neutral and just try to be aggressive and try to commit to every shot.
Yeah, you built yourself a lead on day 1, and then, seeming like people just going shot for shot with you all day. How did you kind of keep it together and keep your game plan in line?
Oh, I never look at the scores. I asked my caddy on like 14 if I was all right after I missed 1, and he said I was okay. So I don't ever look at the score until the last couple holes. So just to kind of make me stay out there striving,
Matty, what's next for you?
Delaware. I'm actually going to be here with the Gatekeeper crew, and we're doing a skins on Wednesday.
All right, awesome, Matty. Congratulations.
Thank y'all. Love it here. Love it here, baby. Let's go! Woo! If it didn't snow, I'd live here, I swear.
And congratulations to Matty O. Just keeping it clean as you can pretty much throughout this wooded course. Just incredible what we saw from him with 3 double-digit rounds out here.
Shout-outs to Nathan Queen.
Yeah, this was a great day for me. It is my late friend Josh Aaron Banky's birthday. I got all these birdies for him. Miss you, bud.
Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you again at Delaware. Nathan?
We'll see you guys out there.